What is up, guys? It's your boy, the gym rat. Let me fix my hair. I have to prepare so much for this because this is my future. I got to make sure I'm taking it so seriously because, it's so important. Money. Money's so important. All I want is money. I need more money. Life sucks if you don't have more money. I need more money. Everyone in this hex community seems to need more fucking money, except me. And I don't even have that much. I just have a normal amount. It's fucking sick. I'm too trustworthy of a person. My father, my mother, my family, amazing. They taught me to trust people, even if they fuck you over, just to trust them. Very important lesson for the young gym rat. Because I do that, man. I'll trust people, have them on the show, let them talk, go whatever. I'm not going to talk shit about them until I get some evidence. And it's so I'm done talking shit, to be honest. Like it's everyone now. It's like if I'm not talking to you behind the scenes, like not inviting you on the show, not doing shit like that, unless we've never talked before, of course. Just know, like, I don't want to deal with the shit. I quit my job 130 days ago because I did not want to deal with shit. I didn't care about it. Wasn't about Hex. It wasn't about RH. It wasn't about nobody except I did not want to work like a slave all day. Personally, just me. And I had a passion in my heart to do something else, and I wanted to do it. And I didn't know exactly what it was, but it ended up being crypto in the morning, and it ended up being this YouTube channel, and it ended up being all the other stuff that I'm going to do, crypto fitness challenge, stuff like this. And if I wanted to listen to what others had to say, I would have stayed at my job. My goal here is not to be the most uber famous person in the world. Don't care. Don't want to be famous. Pain in the ass. I do not want to get credit for anything that another man does in this world. I would rather go broke with a smile on my face and a coffee in my hand on the side of the street rather than to listen to others and be bounded by overhead and other people's opinions. I hate it. I hate it. I just want to do what I want. And I know deep down what I want to do is the right thing. So it's like a constant, like, I only want to do this because I want to be proud of myself, one, and this was a good way to do that because I like to learn and study and grow, and it's kind of complicated. And two, to help others at the same time. My goal in life is not to adopt Hex. I don't give a fuck. I want you to hear me very clearly. I don't give a fuck about adopting Hex. I just do what the fuck I want. Okay, now that we understand that no one gives me gold stars, I tell people too, if I get gold stars for shilling Hex, I will start doing it all the time, the right way, with the right verbiage. Well, where are them stars? I don't see the stars. Like in guys like DCC and shit. Not that anyone's hating on him, of course, but like that dude's onboarded more people to Hex than anyone in this world. And he made $1 million a quarter doing it. Eat it. Eat that. And he's rich as fuck. In your face. And he's teaching young men how to absolutely dominate the crypto space. Okay, Sam, where's all this downside? He makes so much money that it hurts my feelings. It hurts me when Sam makes money in LP. I just want to hit him. It so hurts me. Guys, start fucking working, please. Just do some work. Put some real effort into something. Push a little harder. Stop milking. Stop asking people. It's not even hard, bro. I'm chilling here with Sam every day, fucking cooling it. Some dude sent me 5555 Hex this morning. into my wallet. That's mine now, bitch. Fuck you. Oh, I'm a scam artist. Give me all your hex. All this shit's so stupid. I was talking yesterday about Crypto Sloth and the paid promotion not promotion, paid like consultation one-on-one Crypto Sloth. He's a dentist. He's a friend of mine. He's local. I love the guy. Okay. So I'm just going to support him, right? This has nothing to do with the one-on-one consultations. This has to do with supporting my friend. But everyone else wants to think, no, $400. So the crypto cowboy dude, whoever that fucking, this is the last time that his crypto cowboy will ever come out of my mouth. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but he posted that basically $400 an hour is a scam and he wouldn't pay RH $400 an hour. And I said to him in his DMs, you're fucking dumb as shit. That's all. And I sent him the whatever. And I said, dude, $400 an hour for a month of condensed learning when you're working full time, condensed into an hour, you get all your answers for the entire month. Oh, you just don't care about your life. You don't care about time. It's not valuable to you because you're a fat sack of shit. Okay. I've paid thousands. You guys know who Corey Wayne, not Corey Wayne. What's his name? He's a dating coach, but he's probably the most famous dating coach now. His name is Corey something. If I can't remember because I paid for his services so long ago. It was $1,000 an hour, Sam. I don't think I've ever told anyone that one. That was $1,000 an hour. I didn't get much out of it either. I'm not gonna lie. But I paid it. And people send me super chats all the time. I've gotten $400 or $500 super chats. That's a lot of value there. They could fucking change someone's life. I didn't ask them for the money either. But there's value in certain things, and people do things for different reasons. It's not all like, oh, $400 is a scam. The reason I met Sam Stoll is because if I just said, hey, Sam, will you give me all the answers? I've never met you before. I'm random kid from random wherever. He would have said, no, fuck off. Because that's how you have to, you can't just say yes. That doesn't make sense. There's too many people. But I said, this is how I said it. I don't know exactly what I said, to be honest, but I said, I would like to pay you for your time. I don't know if you accept money for your time. I don't know anything about you, but I would like to give you money. Please. I was a fucking broke young kid. And I wasn't like, dude, I'm broke. Cut me a deal. What did I said, your value is the important part here, not mine. Because I was looking for the answers to a question that I would have spent to this day clearly by some of these dung guts in the that I'm watching. It's like I would have been struggling with some of these concepts like calorie restriction, like testosterone replacement for years. I finished it in 2 months and I got on to learning more stuff. Guys, this is Crypto in the Morning, so I'm going to keep it casual, but we're just keeping it all the way 100. What? Right in your face? Just kidding, guys. I have a fun time every day here with Sam. We're going to talk. There's a lot going on in the crypto world, so we're just really going to talk about that a lot. Really a lot. I like in Sam's head right now, I can only imagine how many different crypto scenarios are flowing through it on a daily basis. It would probably, it's because it's the same with mine. I can't stop. Watts of NFT. Crazy. Too much stuff. I love it. Every single day, guys. Crypto in the Morning. I fucked that up. My bad.
You already know what time it is. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. 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 Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Smoking no blunt on my way to the gym. 11 a.m. and I'm already tuned in. Got me some hex and I'm making a stake. Got me some heads on, I'm making it rain. Pay me some maxi and that's just in case. Jim ready sent me to show you the way. Crypto in the morning. 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 Crypto in the morning.
Howdy. You're muted.
There we go. How you doing, dude? I'm doing awesome this morning. It's a beautiful day outside. I saw this baby turtle the size of a quarter this morning. Like this little fellow. You guys should check it out on Instagram. Super tiny little turtle. Sounds like there was a little drama around paying for what you want.
No drama, just me telling people truth real hard.
Completely agree. It saves you time. If it's not your thing, then don't fucking do it. Pretty simple. End of story. Next.
Yeah, if you have time all day to study. If you go to dentist fucking school and help people all day long when you're not, you need compensation or you die.
Well, some people just want more of they want to cut the time frame. Like you can go get all the information for free, period.
Imagine if you were in dentist school, though. Like go back to 22. You're studying 9 hours a day forcibly because you're in a, his family was all they love the dentist thing, right? He's going at it. Like he loves that. That's so much work. And then this dude with a grin, ear to ear, comes on the show and just tells everyone everything about what they're doing. And I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done with people that don't understand real value. I'm done with people that haven't accomplished a damn thing in their fucking life that's meant a damn thing to them other than what someone else was telling them to fucking do. So dumb to me. And I'm not saying everyone's in that position, but if you're going to sit in front of the camera and scream that you're a trillionaire and then ask for money, I'm going to slap you in your fucking face when I see you. And I'm not really. I would never be aggressive in person, but that's what it feels like.
How I think about those is you're just paying to save time. That's all. Do you pay to Uber instead of walking? Cool. Then you're doing exactly the same thing, right? Instead of giving the money to an individual, you're just giving it to a middleman, right? Uber. It's just the same exact thing. If you want to save time, you pay to get that information. You pay to get somebody else's experience that has been through life in a different manner. You are a perfectly capable human being that knows how to use the internet, and you can get all the information for free if that's your prerogative. If you care about time and you have resources, it's a shortcut, right? When you played video games back in the day, and it was like circle, up, down, left, right, circle, and you got like the free gun or the free this or the free that. Well, this is the same exact thing. It's just instead of circle, down, up, left, right, it's like, here's $150. Here's $300. Let me get all the information I possibly can. Because the beautiful thing about that too is that you build relationships with those people. That's why GRC are literally here today.
No, to Sam, how long do you would think it would take a 22-year-old? I'm going to say something that no one in the audience will understand so that this is like a prime example. So for a 22-year-old to understand the exact testosterone replacement dosage per week that's right for them, how long do you think that would take without any reading or understanding or learning or just what the doctor told you? Really, like if you were just given an honest answer between me and you, I could never bounce it off you. I couldn't bounce it off anyone. How long do you think before you know exactly how to do it correctly?
I know it took me years to do. And I enjoy this stuff, and I talk to people about this stuff, and it's a lot more complex. There's nuances up the fucking yin yang. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. And if you can shortcut that, the cool thing about life is that we only get one chance, but that's also why it makes it so beautiful, because you only get one chance. And if you use your time in one way, that's perfectly fine. It's just how you choose to use your time. You can also shortcut that to create relationships, but also to shorten the learning curve of doing something, right? Because do you think that whether it's testosterone or crypto and somebody's like doing it nonstop and regularly, do you think that by building the relationship with that person, by using your wallet, it allows you to learn about other resources that can cut the learning time even faster? Like, of course it does. Of course it does. Because that person has been looking at that shit perpetually or on a regular basis. They picked up nuances that somebody else doesn't know. And it just allows
those nuances are worth thousands of dollars each. You have no fucking idea how hard I looked for these things. It took me 2 years. Well, to get to the proper dosage with Sam, it probably took 4 hours. And that probably cost me whatever at the time. And to figure out the rest of the nuance that you can't ask someone some things on that, unfortunately, because it's person to person. I was very sensitive to testosterone, and it took me a while to figure that out. But as far as the dosage, like I knew exactly upper limit, lower limit, general protocol. Not going to ruin my life. Not going to do anything. Doctors all lied to you. You're completely wrong. Here's all the literature that'll show you that this is correct and that is not. And you seem like a good guy, so maybe we can all talk another time. And then I'm like, it's called building relationships too, guys. Like, I just want you guys to, if you're watching this and you're one of those fat guys that talks behind the keyboard, you need to stop. You need to really just go away. And if you get a six pack, I'll fucking listen to you. But you could never do that because you don't have. I could do that when I was fucking 12, and I have no genetics for this shit. I'll show you guys pictures of me, my family. Not one person in my family has a six pack. Not one, except me. When I lift up my shirt, it looks like a fucking washboard, and that's because I'm a little neurotic, yes. But in general, it's a good sign. It's a good indicator of work ethic. If you really think about it, like if you're wearing a sloppy shit and you're fat and you say you have a lot of money, but then you ask for money all the time, it's like you're lost before your mouth started moving. But anyway, so the whole time value proposition of money that Richard Hart teaches all of us, but somehow some people never know it's a proposition of value for time. Time is just, in this case, a physical valuable asset. Because it is, dude. If somebody wastes my whole day, I'm going to want to fucking be pissed. Real bad. Dude, if someone said tomorrow, for example, I know my schedule for the next week, so tomorrow I'm anticipating just being able to work. And if somebody was like, hey, you got to move all this shit all day long, that would hurt me. And I would do it. But it would hurt me. I would want to be at my computer. So I think the time value proposition of money is like, I think we just need to get a little bit more clear about. Me and Sam are, we have never listened to another human being in our entire fucking lives. Once they cut the cord, like at whatever point that was, like once we got out of the house. And it's never going to change. And we have goals and dreams that are large. And if that bothers you, just go, just leave. Bye. Like, I don't care, but I'm going to do this the right way with hard work. I'm not going to ask for shit. And I cannot wait to get a studio soon.
Oh, dude, I'm excited out of the studio too. I think I'm going to paint this wall a light gray color. I already have the paint here, but I got to finish the laundry room first, then finish another little like living room area. And then it is time to redo the office, but it's going to look dope. I think I might push this whole thing back, get a wider angle camera here. I like the wider angle that you have, and we see sometimes other people have, where you can see a little bit more of the space. So I'd like to do all that. You're muted.
If your setup was exactly how I imagined it in my head, like from like the crazy streamers that I watch that are like so epic, and it would be so sick. I don't know how to get all that shit done, but it'd be so sick. But we'll get there. And I was putting some pieces together. You'll love this. I was thinking about, I'm not going to name any names, but I was in the AA community for a long, long time, guys. Admittedly, I'm not sober anymore, whatever. So, but I have friends in that industry, and I said, I'm going to sell this fucking house. I said, there's too much. I'm like, oh my God, there's too much value in this house, and I need to buy a studio or whatever. Like, I'm just thinking in my head. And I said, I'm going to leave this house and make it a halfway house. That sounds more fun. And I said,
what about,
I already have a manager upstairs that participates in such activity as AA and is 100% sober and serene in that respect. And he has no idea about any of this, but I was just thinking in my head. He said, how much you want? I said, $2,900 a month. But I was in a halfway house for 3 years straight. I know everything about how it works. If you cursed in that house, you had to pay $5 into a jar. If you didn't have a dish out of line, you had to put money in the jar. If you used any kind of substance, you got kicked the fuck out. So it was just like jail.
You have a garage, though. You could literally turn your garage into you could turn that into a dope ass studio. It doesn't take a lot of work.
No, but I need the studio. I got to move the studio to fucking your house, ding dong. I got to come to you because I wouldn't. If you moved here, I would literally feel horrible for you. Every day that went by, I'd be like, would not be sleeping well because I'd be like, Sam's quality of life just absolutely railed for no reason. But why can't my life get better by me going to a place that's nice, and maybe that I can use a firearm like a man and like somebody with grace and dignity and that wants to protect the people around them and their families, someone with honor, And instead of being here where if one dude finds out I have $300 in my pocket, he'll blow my brains out. It's like fucking sick. Down there, you don't do shit where Sam lives because every 75-year-old down there will shoot you in the freaking head and go to sleep 10 minutes later with a beer in their hand and not give a shit. So you don't play like that. You don't play it. Me and Bullish, it's true though. Would Sam rob a gas station if he knew there was 8 freaking randos around?
No, yeah, I would do it in New York because I would know that like I'd
Not
get
anymore.
out of jail.
Not anymore.
Like,
Not anymore, dude. They're allowing guns in New York now.
Oh, wow.
60 days, dude. Because the gangsters won, I guess, because they were getting Bullish was explaining all this shit to me this morning, but I can't remember. But he's in the area. There will be war. You hear me? War.
Well, hypothetically, we're just talking out loud here. I just did a duplex, so it's got a studio. It's not like a full duplex, right? So, but the person who is in the studio is going to be moving out. I'm not sure when, but I know they're going to be moving out. It's a buddy who used to work for me who's renting it now. So,
how long? When?
Possibly by the end of this month, but based on the conversations I've had with him, I highly doubt it's going to be the end of this month.
If I give him money, will he leave?
Probably.
Seriously, like half a rent for the month.
Well,
I'm just wondering. I don't know the guy.
He's going to be moving because he just bought a place. He just bought a place in North Carolina. So, okay. But he also crashed his truck. So he has a job here. He doesn't have a job there. So it's just like he just needs more money coming in to like be able to get his truck fixed and all that kind of shit to like then move up there kind of thing. Because
this guy messed up, so we gotta start raising money now, and I need you to send it to my wallet, but I will send it to him. So guys, I'm really rich, so trust me, I could pay this guy, but I don't want to do things the right way. So you guys need to send me money. You guys need to send me money, and I'll send it to him. It's literally like in a really small way, like that's what everyone in the community does. It's like if you're on a movie about $1 billion asset and shit, and it's like, you better not ask motherfuckers for money. You know what I mean? Man? Like, imagine if you were like suit and tie, like I'm the best trader that ever, and everyone knew you by that. Like you're like, this dude's the best trader in the United States of America, and you were like, I need like 111 grand. It's not a lot, it's not a little, but and you're like, dude, didn't you make the $1 billion? Didn't you buy the? Wait, you're all staked and all your money's fucking locked into a smart contract?
It's interesting. The other day I was looking at my earlier I was looking at my YouTube analytics for one of the channels. I've got several channels, and I've got over 1.9 million views on one YouTube channel because I've been just doing it for a long time. And you think about it, like 1.9.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of views.
It was a different atmosphere when those views like YouTube was punched probably harder when you got those views than it does now. If you know what I mean. Like I'm watching million subscriber channels that aren't getting shit anymore. And if they do, it's all like fluffy fluff. But those were like real, like algo, like ripper views, weren't they? You had a couple, didn't you?
I've had, on TikTok I had a boatload, but on YouTube it's just been like I didn't commit till about 3 years ago, even though I was like casually doing it since 2013 or 14 or something. And it's just that longevity, the consistency of showing up, but the consistency of showing up in the first 5, 6, 7 years or whatever it was like super casual. It's like the people who go to the gym and they don't get any progress because they're not working on their lifestyle, their diet, their sleep, their stress in their lives. They're not doing any of that shit. So they go to the gym and they're like, I don't know why I'm not getting the results. I don't know why I'm not building muscle or dropping body fat or whatever the case is, because you're not doing half the fucking work or 3/4 of the work. And that's what it was like with the YouTube channel. But when you're talking about like, the attention of a movie kind of thing, it's what made me think of it, because I mean, that's not that that's a ton, but if I get 1.9 million views, that's a lot of people. That's probably over 1 million people, assuming there's like, at least one person watches 2 movies, or what. That's how I think of the videos I make sometimes is movies, and watches them. I don't know. It's interesting. Just a little.
I was thinking about going. So Sam, let's talk about the YouTube channel. Let's talk about a couple different things that I'm learning about with YouTube and some of these things. So the way that I don't know if I should say this fucking shit. I'm probably not going to say any specifics just because I don't know exactly. I'm not the creativity aspect a lot of the times, if you know what I mean. So, um, there's a lot of ways to do YouTube properly, but there's a lot of ways to do it where you become a slave and you didn't want to be a slave when you started, so you don't want to be a slave when you get in there. So so again, it's just like any job. Like if Sam starts taking $1,000 promotions from everyone, his life is going to become unrecognizably stressful, and he's going to have unrecognizably not that much more money. He's just going to be stressed out. So what he would rather compound all of this and just make it more efficient, I'm sure. But as far as the YouTube channel, Sam's, the shorts, to be honest, I feel like if I had a studio and a guy doing full-time shorts, I feel like this channel would just explode. I just feel like they just I feel like it's so gamified now, Sam. It kind of frustrates me in a way. It's not about, yes, we have great content. Yes, I think people should hear it. But I feel like I know exactly how to get a fuck ton of subscribers. It kind of upsets me. I thought it had more to do with like the creativity aspect. And I know it does a hair. Like you got to be entertaining. But a lot of these guys that end up blowing up, they end up talking about regurgitated nonsense. And I'm kind of afraid of that in the same token. So I'm trying to slower, like, I don't want the studio so I can become Bit Boy. I want the studio so I can have fun and like work, like I just want it to be fun. What do you think about some of these things? Switching the channels to have the crypto in the morning separate, having your own channel, switching things up, popularity in YouTube. What do you see? You've been in this shit for fucking ever, man. What do you see in the whole sphere of things? Maybe not so specific, but like what in your opinion?
Well, the YouTube shorts I've been doing between both channels something like, I don't know, 3 to 8 of those a day for a while. And it definitely helps the channel grow drastically in terms of like subscriber count, watch time, views. It for sure helps, like more than putting out an additional long form video. A short, for people who are not aware, is like a 60-second or less vertical format, like on your phone, right? How you watch it on your phone, filmed that way, 60 seconds or less. That format on YouTube is underutilized, which means that there's more eyeballs searching for content, and that'll go away over time. So that means it's over indexing, right? Like right now, we're going to get bigger returns than other people in crypto because we're here before everybody else, because there's a gigantic opportunity that other people are not paying attention to. That's what shorts is like, except the opportunity is like way smaller compared to crypto, but there's still an opportunity to grow awareness there. Over the last year, I think I probably had about 125,000 on just the one channel views on just shorts, not like long form content. So it definitely helps grow the shit. But having somebody, I would like to hire somebody that can go through and just go from 3 to 7 pieces of YouTube shorts per day to 25 YouTube shorts per day.
I want every one of these episodes clipped out and
make it to 37 clips.
And I want them with dramatic fucking music behind them, the most dramatic war music.
One of the areas that literally this is where I'm trying to, like, I know it's something that I need to do.
Me too. I'm right there with you, bro.
But like, this is a little bit different. I need to do the writing, copywriting. I need to do more writing.
Oh, wait. Oh, you do. No, you do. No, you're so good at that, bro. I hope one day I learn how to write a little bit from you and kind of get into that. But I skipped education completely. Sam probably wrote thousands of papers as well to add to his skill set, which he was already probably good at. I can assume he felt like you were decent at that kind of thing at that age. But anyway, the point is, like, you're so right. And I wish and I hope and I pray that there's a Crypto in the Morning newsletter at some point. And I'm not saying that I'm not expecting work from anyone. I just like the thought of it, if you know what I mean. And
yes.
And Bullish, I want Bullish to chime in for a minute.
Yeah, I had to come in because you're about to spill all the tea, so I might as well.
I want to talk.
So fuck it, since you're spilling it, let's put it out here. All right, guys, so this is what we're doing. We're launching a new channel. We're gonna move the morning show over to a new channel. We're launching a private group. I'm not gonna go too details into that because I don't want to hear any FUD right now. But essentially, we're upgrading the show in a big way. We're still gonna continue to do it daily. We're gonna bring more value to the show. And at the same time, it's time to step it up and start monetizing this in order to provide more value to you guys. We need to hire, some sort of an assistant to help us out with clipping content and stuff like that. So that's the direction we're moving in. We're planning on being here throughout the bear market and through the bull run. We're not going anywhere.
I'll
pretty much committed.
I would.
And Yeah, and
We're,
this step that we're taking is pretty much us, fully committing into doing this full time.
we're also and since we're just talking about all the shit we're
Go
doing
ahead.
before we're doing it, is we're working on a crypto too. So we're working on a white paper and some other stuff that we'll share more details as we move further along on that road, which is going to be dope. There's some of the things that we've been talking about, right? It's going to be for the smaller investors, like people who are not whales. That's the type of people it's going to be helpful.
And it's just filling a value. It's basically, if I'm without mentioning any specifics, it's just filling a value prop that's a big pain in the ass on crypto.
Yeah,
if you want me to be about where I'm at with it, what I see with it, there's a lot of stuff in crypto where I always mention it's hard to do. You have to be sitting there all the time. There's automated ways that there's ways that people are getting wrecked because they have to be at their computer all the time. And there's ways to automate things. And there's just not been a lot of effort put into that sector yet because it's nuanced, but people are getting there. And I want them to be aces. And this is also a learning tool too, because this is not something that whales would ever want to do, or like, it's just because, but we're done. I'm done.
and pretty much, like, just to wrap it up before I drop down, GRC and Sam, started this journey together. I came in, like midway through, and we pretty much came to the conclusion is like, look, we got to stop treating this like as a fun hobby. We need to like take it serious, treat it like an actual business, scale it, grow it, because the more eyeballs we have on this show, the more people will learn, and that's just the truth of it.
Who's onboarded the most people to Hex while becoming the most rich motherfucker in my, I don't know how rich he is, to be honest. He couldn't, but doesn't matter. DCC. How much FUD has DCC had to leave the entire Hex community because they wouldn't stop shitting on him, while they fat fucks sit at their house, do nothing, and this dude gets rich as fuck and teaches everyone. Period. End of story. Yeah. You lazy, he not.
Well, we have a bigger picture that's like the bigger macro level landscape is shifting right now. We all understand that the school system is utterly broken. So what is happening? The market, right? Actual people are going through because they understand the school system is fucking broken, and they're solving that problem. Individuals are coming out with courses. Individuals are coming out with consultations and groups and all this kind of stuff to fix the broken school system. There wouldn't be so many like e-courses and books and consultations and all this stuff if the school system wasn't utterly effed up.
Absolutely.
And broken.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Like, I didn't learn anything about financial literacy until I was done with school.
Well, you were smart. All three of us were smart enough cats. Well, Sam was,
but also some of us. Well, Sam took a different route, but like some of us, we were forced to like learn financial literacy because we were in a messed up situation.
Well, I knew the.
I had to learn about tax law when I got audited.
Just like church, man. We were talking about this morning. I knew church was. Ooh, I'm not going to say that shit.
Yes,
I am not.
I was homeschooled my whole life.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to highlight. That Sam was homeschooled his whole life, so let's put him in this section. I was in a public school. I skipped all public school because I knew for a fact every one of my friends was like doing the wrong shit, and I knew that in the end of the day, if everyone was studying the same thing, I had a weird calculative mind back then. Like, I didn't know it, but I was like, if everyone's studying the same thing and doing the same thing, aren't they only going to get 1% of the returns? Like, because they're all doing the same thing, and I'm the only one that's in principal's office every day. So I was like, I'm just gonna roll with this shit.
And also, the school system is not designed in a way to teach our children to be independent thinkers.
Correct. Sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what like the bleachers are for. That's what under the bleachers are for.
You'll never hear a teacher, whether you're in elementary, junior high school, or high school, talking about, start a business or whatever. It's like, do you want to be a doctor, a postman? It always has to do with working with someone else. It never has to do with building your own business. You don't really hear about those concepts until you get into college. And even that, like, it's hard just to get into college. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not talking about like community college and stuff like that. Like, just getting to college in itself is a journey. You know what I mean? And you don't start hearing about these concepts until then. It's like, no, you're supposed to be hearing about these things, like, when you're in junior high school and high school, like before you become a fully functioning adult.
Or what you can do is take your bat mitzvah money and you go to Crypto Sloth and you pay him $400, and then you're rich for the rest of your life. And then you don't have to worry about all this stupid shit. So remember that $400 we were mentioned from the bat mitzvah, that because it's such a fucking scam that you have to pay someone money because I'm so poor and so fat. No, it's time to step it up.
On the front too, there's a, because the way that things are marketed and because of people's psychology, there's an idea that this course, this consultation, this book is going to solve XYZ problem. But in reality, because you got to set expectations for people to actually get the best value they can out of something, because the expectations I don't think are clearly set for a lot of the stuff that's sold today online. They're building blocks. So the course, the XYZ learning, the connections, etc., are one step in a journey, right? So don't think that the expectation is that you do this and then all your fucking problems are solved financially, crypto-wise, etc. It is one piece that allows you to get from step A to step B. That's all. And you still have to move forward. There's still work involved, and you need to get better. You need to evolve. You need to grow. All of that needs to be there as well. And there's a lot of, like, I see this bullish. You've probably seen this in courses in GRC where the world is sold here, but in reality, when you go through the whole course, it misses expectations.
Yep.
And that
well, they took 12 years of your life too, and don't forget the expectations they missed on. You're now old as fuck compared to where you were when you started, and that's real time. Where you could build, I built this shit in 150 days. So if you think this is pretty cool for 150 days, like imagine what 12 years of school.
Yeah, and back to that point before I drop off, you guys been doing this 150 days, as a hobby essentially. Mm-hmm. So imagine when we actually take this serious full time with the intention of like trying to bring on as many people as possible to educate as many people as possible.
Oh, that's good. I'm excited.
Crazy too, because people are like mentioning how I should do things. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking not trying, bro. I'm trying, but like I'm still just laughing about it. You know what I mean? Like this isn't even gotten serious yet. And I'm trying to show everyone that it is a process, and I do want to enjoy it. I don't want to start doing shorts so I become so popular that I can no longer live my life. And that's what I've been kind of learning about too. Like maybe the shorts thing for me, I know how channels blow up, and I want to learn a lot. I've learned so much in the last 2 months, dude. Like maybe for me, I'm gearing up some other things in my head, like on the feet, like gathering resources, etc., so I can make that push at like one time almost. And that's just me. And I could be doing it dumb. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm not even trying. I mean, we're having fun. I laugh my ass off all day long, shit talk people on Twitter. And it's not about Hex. It's not about anything. This is about truth to me. I like what Richard Hart created because I think it's the best in the industry right now. And it's about truth. I don't care about money like that as much. I went to the Masters on a private jet when I was 11. If you think your money is impressing me, I stopped caring about that when I was 11 because I went on a private jet to the Masters, followed around Tiger Woods. Everyone got hammered, basketball players everywhere. I was a kid. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. A lot of those people are depressed and alcoholics, and it scared me to death. I'm not going to fucking lie to anyone. And I see it in real time. And I'm not saying all of them are some of those guys are fucking class acts, but like at the same time, you know exactly what I'm saying. People are like, you want to be this, you want to be that. I'm like, bro, I've seen that. I saw that shit when I was 5. Like, and it's just because of where I'm at. Like, just want people to understand my perspective. I'm not rich. There's no one giving me money for shit. But if something happened, I think I have a lot of loved ones and stuff, but it's never been about that for me. It's been about going to bed and feeling like proud of myself so I could wake up in the morning and feel proud again, because I found out it's like a shame loop that you can get into if you're not living up to whatever, Sam. What do you think?
Bro, no, dude, 100%. I was proud of myself yesterday because every day, it doesn't matter what you accomplish. Anybody who's like a type personality who wants to achieve stuff, who's ambitious in life, it doesn't matter how much this person accomplishes. It doesn't matter how much I get done in a day. It doesn't have. I could get everything on my list done in a day, and it would still be like, "Oh, bro, you were so short on like all your shit." There's so much more opportunity to get stuff done, and it's those subtle shifts about like focusing on what you did get done and not. But yesterday,
But if you were doing something that was predatory in the slightest, and it was like something you were working on every day, how do you think that would affect you? And I'm not talking about it wouldn't change the world. I'm talking about you. You know that there's a deal here that's not serious, that you're not bringing to light. And it's not whether it's a big amount of money, small amount of money, whatever. You know what transparency is.
that's why I don't sell SARMs.
Tell people. I want to hear that because we never talked about that fully. I was worried about working with you early on because I was like, I don't know but it's incredible. Tell me.
So SARMs, if people are not aware of, are selective androgen receptor modulators. Basically, it's a synthetic steroid that's still legal. However, there's a lot of kids that take and I say kids, not in terms of the age of the person, but because there's 30, 40, 50-year-old fucking dudes. Yeah. But there is children, but also at the same time, there's 50-year-old dudes who take these things.
This affects anyone who could hit the gym.
Yes, exactly. If you're in the gym and you're really going in it, you're going to learn about SARMs, right? If you're just hearing about SARMs for the first time, then it's basically a synthetic steroid that's still legal to purchase. And I sell research compounds, so these are SARMs are research compounds. However, they have a negative impact on your natural testosterone levels. They have a negative impact on your cholesterol. They have a negative impact on your liver. And I don't want to carry that shit. I can carry that shit. It's actually my store would be substantially bigger if I did carry that shit. And I was like, I don't want to carry this stuff. I don't think most people should be using this stuff. It's not, I like to research with it, but I'm on testosterone. I also get blood work done. And I get messages about this stuff all the time. I have, I think, 4 Facebook groups that cover this kind of type of stuff. And I encourage people not to take this stuff, because it's not good for them. It's going to negatively impact you. And if I were to, like GRC was saying, to do something that was, say, maybe predatory or something that's not in the best interest of the person in front of me, I can't do that. It's just not fulfilling to me. It's not something that I could possibly ever want to accomplish or do. There's no interest in me to go through and tell you, whoever you are, that you should do something that is not in your best interest, even if that means it puts me in a worse spot. I don't care. You should do what's right for you, period, across the board. And there's so many people that will go through and tell somebody in front of them to do something that is not in their best interest, because it's in the person who's telling that person's best interest. And I don't care about that. I want everybody that I talk to, and hopefully this is probably, hopefully, I never asked you this, but you probably noticed this, or at least something.
I was on the fence a little, trust me, I don't trust a human being in this world. So it's not, no offense by any of this, of course.
Oh, yeah.
You can't know what you can't know about someone. You never know. You just have to wait and see.
We didn't have the conversation. Yep.
And I was cool with it. I took SARMs myself. I was too sensitive personally to any androgen. My body just takes it, and it's just way too much. I'm not a big guy either. So yeah, I know what you're talking about there. But what was that last thing we were just touching on?
You probably could tell. I don't try.
Okay, I'll tell you my perspective on you from totally unbiased. 100% honest, 100% transparent. In the back of my head, I was assuming you were selling something on the side that I didn't know about, but I thought I would figure that out on my own. Never came to be true, because you were so involved, and you can't know what you can't know. But you just, over time, you realize people say the same thing. People that are honest, they say the same things over and over. There's a reason Sam is not always cleaning up his side of the street in front of me while I watch. He's never cleaning up anything. He's just working. Everyone else is cleaning up their side of the street because a bull market is enough to get them to sell their fucking soul. It's disgusting. You guys would suck a grown man's dick if he had the right fucking incentives for you in front of you. It's disgusting. You want to be rich, or you want to be this, or you want to be that. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I want to feel real passion in my life. I want to feel real purpose in my life. I do not care who watches me, shakes my hand, or looks at me. I know what I'm good at, and I think this is one of the things I think I'm good at. Like, I think I'm good at talking. I think I'm good at motivating people, and I've always had a lot of emotional intelligence and understanding because I've been through these weird. I went from masters at 11 years old to heroin addict, halfway house, 3 years straight, no car, working at Jimmy John's on a bike, no hope, no choices. So
Wow.
if you think this whole entire thing is going to throw me off because there's a couple dudes with suits on that didn't get laid enough when they were young, you're just wrong. I just want to truthfully be impactful. If I ever talk to Richard Hart for whatever reason, I want him to say, hey, this kid punches pretty hard. That's it. I don't give a fuck. Oh, you're the Hex Man. You're the greatest. Blah, 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 blah. Nope. I just, man, you know, punching through, man. Good job. You're really giving it hell. I never thought I'd be in a position where any grown man would say that to me because I didn't know how to get there. But now I see it, and it's just about hard work, reading, understanding, and believing in yourself. I have to believe that I can truly understand this crypto information in a world that everyone told me I was the dumbest dude in the room. And it took a long time, but Sam, as my coach, he just was like, nope, that shit is just all just brain shit. Just cut the cord on that. And I've learned it's emotional damage, energy. It's a narrative. And he was like, your parents, they're great. Cut it. Your friends, they're great. Cut it. Cut the mind trap, if you feel me, because you're like, the reason you're not anywhere is because you're literally not thinking about anything that's moving forward. You're stuck in an emotion. That's why I always talk about emotional fitness is the greatest thing I've learned, because I remember playing cards with those guys at the halfway house, smiling ear to ear, laughing my ass off, drinking coffee. It was the greatest. So like just big parallels. Please.
On the mental side of thing, it is so important. My buddy called me last night while I was driving to the airport to pick up my girlfriend, and on the conversation with him, he goes on to say that he has a business and he builds custom stuff. And when he sells something, he was saying that how, it's kind of a pain in the butt because then he has to like go through and do this other thing that caused this. And I was like, bro, listen to the story you're telling your mind. Your mind is stupid. Your mind is literally going to believe whatever the fuck you tell it. And literally you're telling me this. Because he wants to grow his business. You're making more money, but then because of this causes this, then this causes this. So you sell something, then that causes you to be this painful, frustrated, whatever it is, position here. So effectively what you're saying is you make more money and you don't like it. Think about the fucking story you're telling.
And then they tell everyone else to do it while they're not liking it. Like that's their best advice. You know what I mean? Their best advice is like, you need to have more money and more overhead and more business connections or else you're falling behind. And I'm like, dude, you don't even enjoy your life, brother. You don't even enjoy your shit. You don't even respect yourself. Do you know what respecting yourself does to your life? Whenever, girls did not like me for a long time. Sam, let's both give an example of times in our life that we were trying to teach ourselves a narrative that was holding us back.
Like talking to lots of girls.
So that was I'm going to bring that one up first. So remember how I say I didn't care about money because I was like rich white boy shit when I was little, and you kind of just get over it. This is just transparent. I don't care. My shit was weird back then. I'm not going to say it was perfect, but I played a lot of video games. But anyway, I was under the impression as a young man, this was the impression of success to me. I'm going to tell you what it was because I remember it. Oh my God, because it ended like 3 years ago. The fucking trap. I thought if you had the hottest girl and you walked around with them in front of enough people. No, I know. I want to say this to the audience because they don't hear enough grown men say this. I thought that was the pinnacle. I thought that, and there's a lot of guys in here like, I still think that's the pinnacle. Please, 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 please stop. I did it with a bunch of different girls that were way hotter than dating football players, all sorts of shit. Doesn't matter, guys. If you don't have trust and transparency in your life, it's nothing. And chasing chicks is disease to no trust and transparency, unless you're like really oddly like open. But in this world, it's rare because it's hard. The narratives are rare. Girls don't play like that. But I'm saying, and I did not stop chasing that goal until I fucking 100% accomplished it. And that was a me goal. It was not a goal on a paper. It was not a goal on shit. It was just me goal. And I probably spent about 10 grand and figured it all out and asked people to teach me shit. But I was also very astute and very good at it already. But again, until I accomplished that and realized that I wanted to die and I was depressed and it hurt so bad, I realized, oh yeah, nope, totally wrong game plan. I'm going for passion.
100%. I used to similar type of narrative where the girl, I wanted a hot girl all the time, right? And to the point where it was like just a revolving door. But I would bring these girls around my family and to different events and stuff, and they were hot, but it wasn't necessary. And I'm not saying this is like it's definitely a stereotype, but this literally happened in my life. So I bring this one girl to a family, like my dad's, he's got this giant like deck area and a hot tub out there and all this stuff, and we're out there with my brothers and sisters and some people chilling. And somehow New Jersey comes up and she's like, oh, where is that located? Doesn't even know that it's a state. Or, and then my brother's like, afterwards, he's like, we're inside getting a drink. And he's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing talking to this girl? Or another time I brought this girl and she's like, oh, there's no ice left. And somebody's like, oh, well, just make some more ice. And she's like, how do you make ice? And it's just like, these are silly, goofy things, but like, the stories that I was telling myself then weren't putting me in the right direction. They weren't driving me where I wanted to go necessarily. There was fun kind of shit, but it doesn't move. It's not fulfilling in the long run for me, just because it was like just a revolving door perpetually, which is it's fun for a while, but after you're just sleeping with girls after girls after girls. It's cool, but after a while, you get bored of that shit. Right?
It's not cool. It's collateral damage, to be honest. You don't learn how to fucking trust people either. Because if you talk to 30
you
girls,
hurt people.
Well, if you talk to 30 girls in a month, you're going to downtrend emotionally too. So you're going to start having a lot of loose ends. And the girls that really do sleep with a lot of guys, they would walk over your dead body while you bled to death. And generally, like, it's just because they're detached. They're having sex for gratification. It's about them. There's no... you have to work on your emotional fitness. Like you have to understand that nothing's going to change your life that hard right off the jump. And if you won the lottery off of nothing, that'd be the worst thing that ever happened to you. You can trust me. There's a lot of guys in this community. You can give them $1 million. They'll copy and paste a meme coin, lose it all. And it's just, some guys are meant to learn certain lessons at certain times. I promise you, I was front loaded with lessons, guys. I can only promise you. But I didn't really know they were lessons at the time. My God, but geez Louise, I
thought for years and years and years, I thought that being homeschooled was such a big disadvantage. I thought that I was at a disadvantage. I thought that was stupid relative to other people. I couldn't read until I was like 8 years old. I didn't know how to read. I didn't know how to read. I didn't understand how to read till at 8 years old. 8 years old, everybody fucking reads, and you're just sitting there like a dunce, and you don't fucking know anything, and you don't know, like, I just don't understand this. Like, how do you read? What do you do? And I didn't get it. I didn't understand it at all. And I had that story for a very long time that I wasn't good enough in terms of everybody else who went to school was smarter than I was.
Dude, that's a huge hill to climb, because you can't learn the perspective. There's no perspective there. So it's basically like you're looking out into a world that you're anticipating to be better than you. And no one's going to tell you that that's not really the case, because there's no one there to do that.
And
you don't listen to your parents. You can't listen to your fucking parents. Like, they're your parents. You ain't that dumb. You're like, there's other people, they're all doing different shit. Like, my parents were great. And I was like, no. Like, because you got to learn yourself. And that's why I'm so about like paying for people's time and shit like that. Like, hey, you went through hell for 10 years. I'm 20. You're 30. Can you tell me some things, please? No, I would never pay my money for that. I want to be dumb. It's about education and time. That's it. Education and time. And everyone who doesn't make that super valuable, they don't believe in themselves. Personally, they're just waiting to hear the answer and get a little paycheck. Hopefully Richard Hart milks it enough into their mouth that they can say that they had a good life.
One of the things that I noticed by hiring that guy to help me with my business is that, so he's basically doing sales, but because I'm going through, I like that like I want everybody to win, right? So I want you to achieve what you want to be able to achieve. And by hiring him and understanding what his goals are and helping him move forward and how he wants to, the things that he wants to achieve and do in his life, it is interesting. So first of all, the business is growing. Awesome, right? It's been growing, but now it's just growing a little quicker. Oh, fantastic. But also,
Yeah, that was huge news a couple of weeks ago. And then you kind of were like, had so much other huge news that you didn't even mention it no more. Because you were like, you've just been winning.
this is going to be the 4th month in a row of record breaking. Yeah. And I quit working at a bank, 3 years ago and this is the 4th month in a row, the 5th month this year of record breaking income on a monthly basis, which is amazing. But I'm getting better as a person.
Oh my God!
By helping him.
You were changing like I've never seen you change before. You're a changer too. So don't get it twisted. This guy can move, but no, I've never seen it like this, man. And I think it took people around you, man. And we all struggle with that. Come on, we're all alpha male-ishy type kind of guys. I don't like listening to no one, but you find these really weird people in your life where they're just like, I'm gonna be honest with you, you be honest with me, and we'll just go from there. And it enhances your entire life because it's that perspective thing. You learn, like, there's a lot of perspectives I have in this world that Sam has never seen. I don't even know what they are really, but like, you just know that because I know Sam, he probably, just like a guy who's been in 100 fights, he's going to be like, bro, that dude might beat your ass. And you never been in a fight. You're like, dude's not going to beat my ass. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm going to fucking kill this guy. It's like, but so, you know what I mean, Sam, a little bit like that.
Yep.
It's crazy. I'm sorry we didn't talk about crypto today, guys. I would like to invite Sam, if he's available, if I could set up an amazing episode for 5:30 with absolutely nuclear alpha like we did yesterday. But I know you might be busy.
Let's do tonight. I've got that the dude's coming over.
Slot?
Yeah, 6. Let's do Wednesday.
What time is that? What time is that?
6:30.
6:30. Maybe I'll stream before that. Do a little solo guy and then run and then
tie it all together.
I'll just pump everyone out into that.
Or if you want to come on and do
maybe I will, because there's some news with Cardano that I kind of wanted to cover, like some nuclear fucking news, because we got a couple of things. Bullish, can you do that entire thing you did yesterday with all of the cool stuff?
Well, do you want to start chilling?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
I want to show because, guys, I'm committed to this show being an hour. I'm trying to be a little bit more, at least with that, right? I'm not super structured, but I know how to cut the shit. Like 3 minutes left, because as we move forward, I want you to watch. I'm going to be very deliberate. I am going to be very transparent, and I'm going to have a lot of people that don't like what I'm doing. And instead of being afraid, I'm telling everyone now, I'm dead inside. Okay? I don't care. I wish I cared. I just wish I cared. I don't know how to care. I've seen too much shit, too much up and down, too much non-honest work. I'm going for it, baby. And I think that's what the people that get really successful do. They don't listen to orders.
Just the beginning, bro.
I'm so excited to get that studio with the super sick cameras and the angles, dude, and all the shorts on our
lighting and the sound and all that stuff. Yeah.
And we can do any music we flipping want, dude. I got guys now, like enough guys that do music stuff that fuck with our shit. And like, DeFi Proof's the official rapper of the channel. We could, dude, and you like music, dude. I could tell you don't listen to it probably all the time, but like when we get down on some good tunes, like it's fun.
Yes.
I didn't know it was so fun.
I never used to listen. The only type of music that I would ever listen to was EDM and techno. I would listen to that while I worked.
Just working out or working.
Yep. And I wouldn't listen to any other music.
Put you in the fucking zone though, for real.
Yeah, and I liked it because there was no like singing or anything, so that I don't get distracted singing or whatever the case is along with the music. And over the past 2 years, I have broadened the type of music that I listen to, from like African music to Spanish music and other fucking languages and German. I was listening to fucking Japanese jazz music. Bro, did you know that there was a thing called Japanese jazz music? Just going through and expanding the types of horizons that I'm able to experience, because the more you go through life and you see different things and you experience different stuff, you realize that You're like a little pebble of sand in a beach where the world is made up of beaches, and you're just a tiny speck. You know, it doesn't matter how big you are or whatever you think of yourself. You're just one tiny fucking little sand droplet on a beach, and the whole world is a beach. And so I wanted to expand the points of view or things that are coming in so that I can continue to grow and expand myself. They do the same thing with books. I read a lot of books. And continuing to expand the horizon of the types of books that I'm reading so that I can just learn more and be exposed to new points of view and all that shit.
So yeah, I just want to touch on this. So just to like clarify what he means by that, we're still gonna do this daily show. We're still gonna give you guys alpha, all this other stuff, but because of the way society is built and the way that YouTube and cancel culture and all this other stuff, there's a lot of stuff we want to say that we cannot say on this platform. So that's why we're moving.
I just don't want to study for those rich motherfuckers that watch my
No,
shit.
I get that, but that's not even my point. I get that, but that's not even my point. The reason why we're gonna set up this private thing is because we can be fully honest and transparent, because we hold back on a lot of stuff. Not because we want to hold it back, is because it's not in our best interest to do it on this platform.
Well, if I start telling guys how to LP with Sam and they have $400 to their name, it's going to have bad consequences. Also, like with just the narrative in the Hex community, the exact thing that takes some of the best guys in the community and makes them just kind of do their thing separate is like, because when you start providing out, there's so much nuance there. Everything I say, you guys will just throw on the internet and say that I'm scamming everyone. And because I know exactly why, because everyone is scamming you, literally. Like, I mean, even the guys that you trusted the most in this community, if you dig the furthest in, they're scamming you, and they're rich, and they say they're richer than they are, and all their money's locked up in stakes. And I'm so done with the bullshit. I'm so done with I was playing nice, so nice. I wanted to be the little mascot for Hex. It's annoying me, frankly, and I will buy Hex until the fucking day I die if it's still running. And, you know, that's not the point here. The point is I'm not buying into this fucking narrative, this whole shit. It's brainwash bullshit. You suck it, Richard Dick, all that stuff. I love Richard Hart. The free information that he has provided to me on the internet has been absolutely amazing. But, you know, like, he's just a guy. Like, he's clearly wrapped up in all that sex and stuff. And like, I just want to work. Like, he's done a lot of his work. You know what I mean? He says it. He's like, guys, I built a fucking crazy crypto. It was a hard ride, bro. Like, it was a long run, bro. Like, I made it, bro. Like, please let me chill. I didn't make shit. So like, this is just my position.
Different points in the journey. That's all.
Yeah. And I think it's safe to say too, that like, we're not just only trying to appease the Hex community. Like, this is about adoption.
Well, this is just
about, we just can't like all the time be worried about what the Hex community is going to think of stuff we say when we're trying to talk to people outside of the Hex community as well.
And the only reason
I never really cared what that.
No, I know you.
We're kind of talking around.
I wasn't trying to single you out, but like,
you made it easier for me too. Sam made it easier for me because he is a leader, and he said, "Oh no, none of that stuff." Man.
Yeah, and literally by like the third month, like, you know, I told you guys a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I refuse to be a Hex maxi. Refuse to be a Hex maxi. Doesn't mean I don't believe in it. I do.
Doesn't mean you're not buying it. Doesn't mean
you're a Hex maxi. Guys, like, you're a Hex maxi. Can you have the sweet Icosa nectars?
Actually, let me take this opportunity to clarify some FUD, because I got a bunch of FUD, you know, when this whole PulseCon stuff. So like, I've put way more money into Hex than I have into Hedron. That's a fact. You know, Hedron has made me more profit than Hex has. That's just the truth. Doesn't mean I believe in Hex less than I did yesterday. But the truth of the matter is that the smaller Hedron bag I had made me way more money than my Hex bag.
And the truth of the matter is that'll happen over and over.
Right. And then to clarify something that I said in Spaces, which people came at me at, and I hope Crypto Gains is in the chat, because at least Crypto Gains was man enough to DM me before he blocked me. So shout out to like Crypto Gains for like being a man, and it was like, you know what, let me DM him and ask him for clarification before I just start blocking him and like saying all this stuff on Twitter, right? So I had said something about early Hexicans being lucky. When I said early Hexicans being lucky, I did not mean all Hexicans. I'm talking about the Hexicans that were leeching off this community, probably put $1,000 and was just hanging around and then just had a moon bag. And now they want to come into this space with authority as if they're an OG. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, you got fucking lucky. You bring zero value to this community. And over the coming days, you're going to see what I'm talking about. There's people who claim to be OGs, who claim to be these millionaires and all this other stuff. and all they've been doing is leeching off the community. So when I said early Hexicans got lucky, I'm talking about those specific people, not the community as a whole.
Thanks for the clarification on there. This is going to be a fun ride. All you can think of is
I
like
just want to talk about
shows going steroids.
cryptocurrency, technology, and truth. I refuse to believe in a world that there's 13 years of crypto that there won't be more innovation, and I refuse to put all my stuff in a smart contract for 15 years in order to. I have stakes for 15 years and 11 years and in 10 years, and I'm really happy about those stakes. But the people that recommended it to me, when you look back and you think about it, you're kind of like, that might have not been my best play at the moment.
So can I answer Rick James real quick?
Yes.
So this is part of the plan of us like taking everything serious, building up a team around us so we can have people clipping and doing timestamps and the whole 9 yards.
Think of like the show is just getting an extra shot of testosterone. That's what you guys can think
right.
of. Like
Or think of it like there's gonna be a bunch of mini bullishes around us helping us out.
Yes, exactly.
And
it's
I'm
just
like,
gonna
oh my God, guys. Yeah, you can't. First of all, there is a workload here in doing the amount of kind of like, you could say I'm fucking around most of the day, but really what I'm doing is reading and gaining. Like I cover the crypto, so you kind of got to be in the scene a little bit because I'm not gonna make Sam do all that shit. He's the fucking calculator, okay? And the whole thing with Hedron and Hex, by the way, and the reason Richard Hart spells this stuff all out to you guys, so I don't know. You should talk to him if you have a problem. But there's lower liquidity in Hedron, and it's directly calculatably tied to the B share. So you use your brain. It has lower liquidity, so it pumps harder. It's just it, guys. And Richard says all the time, when was the best time to buy Bitcoin? When there was nothing liquid. And what do we know about Hedron? It's tied to the B share. What do we know about the B share? It goes up forever.
I'm buying Hedron daily. Just so you guys know, I'm buying. I'm not trying to get you to fucking buy. I couldn't care two shits what you do with your money. I'm buying daily.
I'm not buying daily just because I probably can't. But if I had, well, I am also waiting. I have a little moon bag on the side waiting for like some low side price action, just like kind of like a play, just like a low stress play. But then you have USDC if it goes wrong, which is nice because.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. Oh, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
I just wanted to say, Hexographer, if anybody does like want to help in whatever way they do want to help with shit, reach out to Bullish, or because we're going to be continuing to expand. We're going to continue to evolve. We're going to continue to grow throughout this process. And if you think it would be fun, or you think you would learn through that process, or whatever, you just want to help out, like reach out to, I would probably say Bullish would probably be the best bet on that. Yep. Over on Twitter, and then
Hexographer is a great friend of mine.
Hexographer is great. Like we go back and forth a lot.
What are you good at, Hexographer? I'm not.
He's great with graphics. Like like he's great. Like there's a lot of people in this community actually who've reached out to me. I don't want to like call them out directly, but like there's a lot of people who reach out to me who are willing to help. So I just haven't reached out to you yet because we're pivoting to this new platform, and then once we have this new platform set up, then we'll be structured to bring more people in a more like organized fashion, instead of just like, again, treating it like a hobby. But real quick before I forget this thought, Sam, just mentioned flat out, he's buying, Hedron daily. People know I buy Hex and Hedron weekly. You know what I mean? But some of these things are a liability for us to talk openly. This is why we want to set up this other platform. It's not about shilling Hedron or anything else. We just want to be open and transparent about what we're doing. And then you take that information and do your own research and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, there's a lot more back and forth. There's a lot more back and forth that can happen in a more intimate setting, right? Like I'm sure that there's plenty of questions that would be asked if it was like bro sitting right in front of me, or the girl sitting right in front of me, and we're talking about shit. They're gonna ask questions, but in this setting, in this format, you can't do that. So we're creating another format which allows us to have much more intimate connections and relationships with people, to provide a much higher level of value than it is possible here, right? We just can't, there's some things you just can't do here. Like I can't have a conversation with you guys in the chat, whoever it is that's like, hey, you said something, and you could interrupt me and then just start talking about whatever it is because you found that fascinating. In a much more intimate setting, that is possible, which means that you can get more value because you found something interesting that you want to ask about, and you can just ask that in that intimate setting instead of trying to be like, leave a comment, hopefully somebody sees it, and then hopefully we actually talk about it, because sometimes we just go on tangents. Like for quite long periods of time, and shit gets fucking missed. In this intimate setting, you can actually get those questions answered because you're just interrupting. I don't care if somebody interrupts me.
Well, the part
like
that they clip, Sam, they don't clip the part where I say, Richard Hart told everyone that the lower liquidity assets that have product market fit go up in price faster. So when you create something that's tied directly to the B share, that's not the part they clip. They clip the part where I say, I buy Hydron all day. Because they don't listen and they're idiots and they don't care. It's just like, dude, I just told you exactly why it's going to pump harder. And you can use a calculator, and your 83x under the TV. I mean, from the actual
fair
B
market
share
or
rate.
whatever.
So that just makes me more bullish. But again, it's a fair market, guys. I can make mistakes too. I'm just going to tell you specifically why I think certain things. I'm not just going to put my pom-poms on. I'm not putting my fucking pom-poms on ever for anyone in saying go XRP to $100. I would, if somebody said GRC, you can switch with BitBoy right now, positions, you'll be you, not the fat part, just like my body over there. I would say, no, sir. Reputation already destroyed, sir. I don't want, he has 1 million subs. I don't want the 1 million subs if I'm going to have a horrible reputation. And I watched Derek from More Plates do it. I watched other people do it. I have prime examples, so don't tell me how to do it. I've seen guys do honest content and make it happen. Greg Doucette did the same fucking thing, and he went absolutely nuclear. What about the guy from ex-athlete?
Yeah, Jeff Cavalier. I don't know.
Yeah, like his shit's
whatever
kind
his
of
thing
fluffy,
is.
and he's definitely not natty, but like
He's got good quality shit though.
So good, dude. If you want to stretch, if you want to do anything that's like not hurt yourself, like he tells you all that stuff, and those guys are making so much money. Doing this is about actually providing content. I repeat, actually providing valuable content. That's exactly what this is about, and I think that I'm a good dude for the job. And you, and Bullish.
Be a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And,
let's wrap guys. The golf tournament. We're gonna leave it with the shills. I'm gonna say my piece before, and then Bullish. You guys, you can just say whatever you want, guys. I'm going to the golf tournament. It's a big deal to me. I'm excited to hang out. Once I go down there, I'll probably never want to come back to this S-hole that I live in. Not that it's always an S-hole, nice people, but I'm going. We have advertisements. We have cool music. If you want to be down there partying, ginormous mansions, ginormous cash prizes for golfing, which I don't do, but I will be covering, and handshakes and brewskis with friends and coffees in the morning if we have early risers, that's the place to be. And I will be streaming while I'm down there 100,000%.
Sam, you want to give your out, and then I'm just going to like wrap up the show, and then we'll end the show.
I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff today, but if you guys want to check out a video on LP, yesterday I just released, I think it's a 20-minute long video on LP, how to get started, how to get set up, nuances around this, a little bit more detail, and just like straight up like how the shit fucking works. Unlike a lot of the videos out there, you can check it out on my channel. It should be linked down below. If you're interested in checking that out and you're interested in LP, I would go check that out. Oh, thank you for sharing that. That's all I got. I appreciate you guys. Just jump over to Twitter, and then Bullish, what you got for us?
So before I run these videos, I just want to give people an update. You know, there's a lot of fiasco going around PulseCon. By end of day today, we'll have more concrete information. But regardless of what happens with PulseCons, there's a lot of events going on. It's probable that PulseCon officially will move to a smaller venue and keep the event going. That's the confirmation we're waiting for at the end of the day. If not, there's already a plan B where KSB TV and PowerCity.io have stepped up to the plate and going to be providing venues, and already pretty much have a plan set in place where vendors will still be able to set up, a booth, maybe not the same size, but a booth at one of the locations. Speakers will still be able to speak. Power City already had hired a video crew, so that video crew will take over any live streaming elements. So just stay tuned for that. But regardless of that, there was already events outside independent of PulseCon that is happening. So I'm gonna run a quick video now.
Before you press it, guys, I want to know what coins you want me to do a mini deep dive on. I want to know what coins. I just tweeted something out saying, hey, whatever coins you guys want me to cover later for a half hour, 45 minutes, I want to know which ones. I don't know which scam is more popular right now. So please just tell me, and I'll do a mini deep dive on those. I'll pick two. I'll pick 2 for 5 o'clock, 5:30, guys. Everyone have a great day, and Bullish is going to run all the advertisements. KSB.TV presents the Pulse Masters Golf Tournament. We have 2 shotgun times, 7:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. Registration is 1 hour prior. The Concord course offers a 7,034-yard par 72 layout with Bermuda fairways and large greens. The spectator pass is $55. The individual golfer is $195. In the golf foursome, $750. Play Golf Network with others and win crypto prizes. September 5th, 2022. Contact us at ksbtv/golf.
Farming with my staples in the decks. I'm holding IRA and Everflex. I'm sticking all this shit on Everest. And I'm balling ECF. Farming with my staples in the decks. I'm holding IRA and Everflex. I'm sticking all this shit on Everest. You see, the problem was these epochs. Now I'm printing daily, man, who need that? I check my APR on VFAT. And the regulation printing big stacks. I simple swapped it for some BNB. Took my shares and I made OP.